Hello, welcome to Life with Francie podcast, a place where you will find all kinds of conversation like mental health, self-love, self-care, trauma, hobbies, and more. With this podcast, I want to create a place where we support one another in business and personal life. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Now, let's get the show started. On today's episode is my solo episode and it's my May review. Can you believe it? May is gone. And summer is just around the corner. It's just insane to me. But anyways, we're going to go through whatever happened in May, and I got my show notes, so I'll be looking. I'm all comfortable. If you can see me on Spotify or YouTube, all comfortable in my living room. What a smart idea to record an episode the day after the holiday as opposed to a worker. Let me say, I'm regretting this decision. I usually do my solo episodes at midnight anyways. I never have my life together. But anyways, hope guys had a good weekend. Mine was interesting. I was able to see some friends, so that was exciting. I was a little bit on an emotional roller coaster in my relationship, but I got it all figured out. Everything is fine. Just working a lot, it sucks. People get to do the fun stuff and I get to be at work and I don't want to be at work. But anyways, we're getting it together. So for May, I did not have a Patreon event. Trying to get it together. I don't have any patrons yet, but I'm still trying to like have content. So when you guys do sign up and like to support me or whatever, you have some giveaways, you have uh, products and discounts and things like that. And more events coming from me. But on May, that day was just crazy. And then I barely did any marketing for it because one of my friends that I call my face sister, she went through a hard time. So it was a hard month between April and May. And sadly, she lost her baby. And so I was I it's hard. I was trying to be there. I'm still trying to be there as much as I can. But that day I just kept telling her I love you. I was there for her. And I said like she's an introvert and I'm like extrovert. And she's like, introvert. So anyways, we never say I love you that much or anything. And that day I told her like a million times because in that hard time, you don't know what to say, and everybody else is saying, I'm sorry. I don't want to keep saying I'm sorry like everybody else. So I just kept telling her I love her and like I admire her. She's like, you can see, like, it's just the grace of God because she's going through her stuff and her journey, but the family, the support, and everything. So it has been amazing on that side. So, emotionally, May was insane. I had to deal with my own feelings, and I had to be there for her, but anyways, May was very hard emotionally, but we survived it. Now we're gonna be ready for June, and um I'm trying to get my journal. Thank you for people that are supporting me. Once it's published, I should have like 10 sold instantly. If the people that have said that they're gonna buy it, do buy it anyways. I'm excited. I got a copy of it. I show it on the last solo episode that I talk about the journal, and the process of it. So, daily journal, 90 days, very simple, 100 pages. I got a little letter from me. Where is it? Hi there. Thank you so much for picking this ultimate 90-day journal. It means the world to me that you have chosen it. The content of this journal, three things that are important to do, three things that are important to me today, what I'm grateful for, what I'm proud of, what I dream of, and what I pray for. It helped me through a really hard season where I was looking for outside validation. I needed something to change within me, so I will grab a notebook to write these prompts daily. It is a little things that help me see as I needed my own validation and all of the things I was accomplishing, but was too busy looking at the things I had not done yet. I hope and pray that this journal will help you release anything you need to do to release and dream bigger than ever before. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you love it as much or more than I do. God bless. With love, Francie. So I am excited. You can check my how I created my journal episode, and I say more of the process. It says you got this, it got the mood, the three things that are important to me, I'm grateful for, I'm proud of, I dream of, and I pray for. So like the letter says, it was a season that I was looking for outside validation. I just couldn't understand, if I was having a mentor and therapy, why I was still stuck and why I was still looking for other people's validation. And I just started, how could I do something that brings the attention to me? So I like the three things that are important to me because that word important, the to-do list, I don't know for you, but for me is overwhelming. You always have a million things to do and you accomplish three if you're lucky. So saying that the three things that are important to me just changes your perspective. and and most of the days I just write surviving work because that's what's important to me today. And it just gives me a different, somebody might take it as negative, but it for me is positive because I'm like, okay, so today is gonna be a hard day. So I just need to survive it. So let's just get it together, get your emotions together, and just go deliver mail, and you will be fine. Then just a little space for what you're grateful for, because finding 3, 5, 20 things sometimes it's overwhelming. So just find one or maybe a couple and just have it there to start your gratitude little by little. And then I'm proud of, I'm still working on that one. That one is still a little bit hard, and it's been years that I have done this. But that, I don't know, just saying I'm proud of myself for something, it's really hard. Is it hard for you, or are you like, oh yeah, girl, I am proud for this and I'm proud for that, and I'm amazing for this and I'm amazing for that. So for me, it just depends on the day. And then a space for your dreams. So it could be the same every day as well as changing it. I have like 2 or 3 different dreams already on the prompts that I have done. And then today I pray for, I mean, depending on your religious beliefs, you might change it to something positive or quote. For me, it's a prayer. And I like it that it has like a pretty good space to do one big prayer or 2 or 3 little prayers. So I like it. And I still haven't found the passion planner, but I have not looked for it. I talked about it on this last solo episode. I was looking for the passion planner to show you the setup that I had been doing for a long, long time. I think 2019 was when I had the passion planner. So yeah, so I'm trying to get it out there. I'm using Amazon KDP, And right now, both of them are in review because one is blue and one is pink. So this one is gonna be like the cheaper version, and then because I didn't like, this one was like the first copy, and I didn't like how the cover is, so I'm gonna have a hardcover, but that one is gonna be like a little bit on the high price. So I'm still gonna have this one available. And I mean, it's still good, but if you use it a lot, you risk it with the cover. So I'm really trying. I want to do my own journals, especially on Spiral, because I like Spiral. Everything that I own is Spiral. That's one of my notebooks. This is my monthly planner. I have a happy planner notebook. I have I I have Erin Condren Spiral notebook. So I love Spiral. So my dream is to have notebooks and journals in Spiral. But right now, the best I can do is Amazon KDP. So let me figure that out first and try different versions and bring you more products. But there's more notebooks behind the scenes. And then I know that Printify, they have notebooks too, but you only design the cover, and then they give you either if you want dots, if you want lines, or blank pages. So it's just a notebook. But I got stuff working, so I'll hopefully, I just need more income so I can bring more products. And then platinum members, they get whatever product comes from my designs for free when they join, or when I release something. Gold members, for my Patreons, gold members are gonna get a discount code, or either a gift card after purchase, something like that. And then depending on the product and what company, like if I sell something on my website, I can create a code and then be used that way. I'm doing big girl stuff, so I'm learning. My virtual assistant is learning. Everybody's doing something, so I'm trying over here. And then silver and bronze member, they will be united to do a drawing for a free product. So those are the benefits, some of the benefits of being in my Patreon community. Most of the posts, unless I got something like really juicy, are public on page. If and of course the podcast, because it keeps it in order, and YouTube, I can put stuff in categories, and then YouTube, and then Patreon, I put a post, and then you go behind and you see other posts from the past. Let's see what else. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh yeah, I'm grateful that I take a day or two of recording reels for social media. And then my virtual assistant, we get together and talk about what are going to be the topics for the month and things like that, so she can make graphics and stuff, content for social media. Because like I said, May was a very emotional month, and I was glad that at least the podcast was taken care of, Instagram was taken care of, TikTok halfway, Facebook halfway. So I was able to deal with my emotions and not have to worry about going through it, and then doing some stuff on social media or missing or things like that. And that's why it's important to schedule your content, because then you can talk about it from a place of that you already went through it. So either you can teach a lesson or not mention it at all or whatever is happening, because you have to keep some type of privacy. Last year when I was talking way too much because it was live with Francie, um, I regret saying some of the stuff, but I have left the episodes, because it was whatever I was going through the season. So this year I love it because I scheduled 3 solo episodes. So it's a little bit of update of what's happening, or if I bring a topic, I'll talk on that topic. So I'm excited about that. So I went through it. I already have June ready, and June is going to be even more peaceful and more relaxing because I have stopped podcast interviews. I am taking a break. I have, um, let's see, I finished through July. So the podcast is covered with amazing, amazing guests coming from Podmatch and coming from Women in Podcasting Community. And I just love it. I love talking to people and getting to know and making amazing collaborations. And then in July, I have 5 days, and I already have, let's see, let's check July. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 interviews already scheduled for July, and a few people that I have to follow up. So I'm going to be working really hard on July to see if I can get August, September, and October, and then work August and September, and then stop October, November, and December, because as I've said, I work for the post office and Christmas season is like crazy. So I think it's after Columbus Day that shit goes downhill. So I can only focus on the post office. So I want to have um by the end of September, I want to have the whole podcast covered for the year. And that way we can focus on other products, that I want to bring behind the scenes. Or now, Women in Podcasting, the Power Networking for Podcasters event that I host on Sundays. It's gonna take a pause. It might come back in fall, it might not. But she still wants me a leader in the woman in podcasting community. So she wants me to bring like stuff to teach on. Like I do the journaling for my Patreons, or anything that helps podcasters or whatever, or mental health or things like that. So I'm excited, Oh, I told her, it freaks me out. And then my episode on Woman in Podcasting show came out live. I haven't been able to promote that much on social media because I've been so busy. It's crazy. I work even a day off and during the weekend. So it's just work is insane right now. And today I work 9 to, well, almost 10. And my start time is 8. But that's not a topic that we're gonna talk about. But anyways, wherever time I came in to 9 p.m. and at 11 p.m. I started recording this podcast. So I am exhausted. And then what else? Oh yeah, enjoying walks at the park. Um, I'm trying to lose some weight, and that's not easy. I still eat a lot of candy, and I can't get rid of my energy drink and sodas. So carbs and sugar, everything that I love, I have to let it go little by little, and I suck at it. So I'm working on it. So hopefully I'll do more by walking. But I can only do it like on my days off because there ain't nobody coming home at 9 o'clock at night and going out for a walk, especially when you got walking as your extra. No. And in the rain too. No. You coming home and you're going straight to bed. Unless you are a podcaster and then you record a podcast. Um Debating on selling my car. I think I made the decision to sell my car. I have been debating on it for the past 6 months, but I don't know yet. I worked really, really hard for my Outback Subaru 2020. Oh my gosh, did I work so hard. I was so proud of myself when I got it, but I knew that the car payment was going to be too much. It went $200 up and I was trying to go $100 down. So I knew it was going to be a bad decision. And then 3 years later, I have barely paid anything because of interest and because I added trading in a year before I was supposed to, because I should have paid for my Kia before I traded the Subaru, but I didn't do that, so I added to the loan and now it's a hot mess, and the only way I can afford it if it's I do overtime, and I really, really, Lord knows, I really don't want to do any overtime. That's why I got my journals coming out. I can't wait to start promoting the stuff that I have created on Printify and other stuff. So I want to invest more in myself, the class that I'm taking this summer. So it's like, oh, I want to invest in myself more than I want to keep my car. So, but I want to do a whole thing of like, when I got my card, my dream was that like 10 years ago when I was driving a Jeep that was it the Jeep or was it the Escape? Anyways, one of the cars about 7 or 8 years ago, I barely could go from point A to point B. So, and I got it as a second chance play. So at a like 30 or 40% interest. I mean, it was insane. I paid like almost 15 grand for a $4,000 Jeep. It was absolutely ridiculous. And from there, I went to the Kia that it was a 19% interest, and I was proud of myself to getting the Kia. And once again, I needed one more year not to trade in my car, and I did it, and it sucked. But I was so excited and so proud because I was going to be more on the highway, and I suck in the snow. So I wanted either a all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. So I got my Subaru, and my Subaru is perfect. I feel safe on the road. Everything is awesome. I love my car. I go camping in my car. 3 people can sleep in my car. Not comfortable, but hey, we got AC all weekend on 1 tank of gas. So I mean, that's pretty freaking cheap to go camping. Uh Anyways, I freaking love my Subaru. But those payments, so I'm debating. I think I'm gonna keep it through the summer and fall, make the decision. I want to put some money aside as well. So I get a car, like either have a good down payment for the car that I want. I will need 5 to 10 grand to put a down payment so that the payments are not that much, or then buy a car, use it for whatever reason, then sell it, upgrade to more, and little by little till I can do my dream car, which I think for me is the Toyota Highlander. I I am in love with it, because it's a big car, and then you can get the 3-seater, and like you can fit a lot of people in there, and you still look cool. So I like it. I like it a lot. So, but I'm not there yet. I just looked at one and it was like 2017 and it was still like $25,000 or $30,000. I was like, what? But that's Toyota for you. So I would love that. That's like the ultimate. Let me see what else before I go. I'll turn on that. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the April interviews, but I did do it for May because I like to reset it. I did not mention I didn't go back because I'm really trying to not be here all night. So I'm not doing the April ones, but I did do a little notes for the May month on podcast. So I did the April review. That's how I started the month. Then Life with Margaret, an award-winning author and keynote speaker. She talks about the God list. So she hands out her to-do list to God and she just, Jesus take the wheel, literally. It was a fun conversation. So like I want to tell you guys, just in case you haven't go back, if you're a new listener, if you're a return listener, then you can go back and check them out. So, which if you're a new listener, welcome. If you have listened to other episodes, thank you so much for your support. I don't think I say that enough. Then I had Life with Elizabeth White, and she was a spiritual psychology coach. She helps people to know themselves, live authentically, and create a purposeful life. That's pretty much like how I love my conversations. So I had a really meaningful conversation with her. Life with Aaron Shealy. I love him. Author, entrepreneur, and executive. He shared his insight into the how our families and businesses are interconnected, and he was talking about the fly effect. I think flywheel effect. And it's like when you do something positive and you just keep going, 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 and it just take a think of its own. And I really had a good conversation with him. I liked it. I did the replay for April's event of the Power Networking for Podcasters event, and then we'll see how that goes. Like I said earlier, but still check out Women in Podcasting Community in Facebook. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of coaching, how to do books, anything with the podcast, me with journaling. So there's a lot of great leaders in that community. Life with Annie Del Rey. She was so cute and just a great conversation. Health and wellness coach. She shares the way she helps her clients achieve their goals. I love that, different techniques and tools for people to use. Life with Trista, Master Certified Life Coach. She shared her journey with coaching and how she helps others do the same. The solo episode talking about how I created my own journal. I just love it. And I love people supporting me on my journey. Family that I have not spoken in a long time. They have reached out to say how proud they are of me and how they think this is so cool. So I'm like, oh, thank you. You guys just don't know all the stuff that I'm learning behind the scenes or stuff that I have learned through the years that now I'm using it for the podcast. Jennifer Hensel is one of the ones, the woman in podcasting creator, that she's like, oh my gosh, you came out like a pro. And I'm like, because I have like her, she did like 10 years. I did like 6 years of learning how to podcast before I hit record. So like Jenna Kutcher was one of my girls that I learned a lot about podcasting and social media techniques. Rachel Hollis on her good years. Her good years for me was 2018 and 2019. Oh, I miss that Rachel Hollis. I wish she would come back. Uh, let's see who else. The life school coach, Brooke Castillo. Oh, she was at the beginning. I loved her. Lewis House from the School of Greatness. Jay Shetty, The Purpose Life. I mean, there's a lot of podcasts that I have been listening to for years, and some that I stopped. I don't support anymore. So it just changes with time. And now sometimes I go through the true crime scenes. I love me some true crime, but I can only do like one or two murder cases a day, and then I have to bring some positive energy, because then I bring all that bad juju with me everywhere I go, and then I'm scared. I mean, I'm scared of my own shadow. Let's see what else. And then I love okay. I love Kill Laurie from Teen Moms. I still follow everything that she does. And she has 3 podcasts. Barely Famous, Coffee Combos, that was the first one. Then she went with Coffee Combos is with Chrisley, Lindsay Chrisley. That's like been like 4 or 5 years. Then she created the Baby Mama No Drama with V Rivera, which is her husband, ex baby daddy, first baby daddy's wife. So their baby mom. Anyway, I love their show. And then now she has Barely Famous, that is by herself. So I admire her. People troll her on social media so bad, but they just don't even know she's a businesswoman. She has gone to school for it, and she has the podcast as a business. She makes so much freaking money from the ads, and now she has Amazon, I mean, storefront, which I just opened mine too. So I'm just like, mind blowing that people go after her. Anyways, I went in a tangent, but I have learned from a lot of people on social media. So I'm a mix of everything, plus the stuff that I want to do on my own. Last but not least, on the episode, it was Life with John. He was funny. The food waste coach. He helped other deal with anxiety, depression, uh, to regain their sense of self-worth and purpose. So that was a good conversation. And I love having male perspective, because mental health is important for women and men, and we need to talk about it more. A woman, I think, it's a little bit more easier because we have each other, but there's not I don't know a lot of men personally that are having this conversation. So when one wants to come on my podcast, I'm like, heck yeah, let's do this. Let's talk about it. I love bringing great guests and have meaningful conversation. I hope that every time um you listen, you can take something with you, like tools and resources, or just a good laugh. So that's it for today's episode. Sorry if I jump all over the place. I try my best to have my notebook so it can keep me on track. If you're my friend, you know that I jump from conversation to conversation, so you never know what I'm talking about. So I got to keep my notes when it comes to the podcast. Thank you so much for your support. I just can't believe that it's May and I have almost a year and a half of doing my podcast and loving it every day more and more. And the people that I meet, and just it's an amazing experience. So I can't wait to have some engagement and people to give me some feedback on what they would like to listen and the people that they want to be on my podcast. So, anyways, thank you so much for supporting me, and always check out the show notes for all the links that I talk about on the podcast. I hope you have a blessed day. You can find my podcast on all major platforms. and my YouTube channel. So you know the drill. Like and subscribe. Hope you have a blessed day.